Everybody loves cookies, we all know that already. But what about protein cookies? My name's Peter, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing this double chocolate caramel filled protein cookie by MyProtein. Hey, thanks for tuning in to today's video, guys. We have a very tasty topic for discussion today. We're going to be talking about this tasty little supplement by MyProtein. This is the filled protein cookies. They previously released regular protein cookies, but these are the step up from those. They are filled with, this one is filled with caramel. You have other flavors, of course, but I've only ever tried this one, so this is what we're going to be talking about today. What is its purpose? Well, the purpose of this is very simple. It's just a healthier alternative to a regular cookie or a regular dessert. So when you get those sugar cravings and you feel like you need some dessert, you stop, and instead of going to the store and buying like regular sugar-packed cookies, you can snack on one of these bad boys. It will satisfy your sugar cravings without completely just smashing your diet out of the window. And as a bonus, you get a good bump of protein in there as well. So speaking of which, we're going to talk about the macros in this product first and foremost. So taking a look at the back, one serving is one cookie, which weighs 75 grams, and that contains 269 calories, 10 grams of fat, 4.7 grams of which are from saturated fats. You've got 29 grams of carbohydrates, only 0.9 of those grams are from sugars, a whopping 5 grams of fiber, and a 20 gram serving of protein. So that's a good hit of fiber and protein at the end there. Okay, so talking about the macros, what do I think about these? Well, the first thing you might have noticed is that 269 calories is no small snack. That is a hefty amount of calories to be packing into something that's supposed to be a healthy cookie, a healthy snack. So that's one of the reasons that I want to be talking about this product for you guys. If you're on a strict diet and you're calorie restricted, you may not be able to bite into one of these bad boys, sadly, because they do contain a lot of calories. However, when it comes down to the sugars in the product, you're getting nowhere near the amount of sugar that you would normally get in a regular cookie, okay? So 0.9 grams of sugar is negligible, it's a very small amount of sugar. And for the flavor, which I will talk about next, let me tell you, there's some kind of magic going on in here, okay? That there's that little sugar in here. But before we talk about that, 5 grams of fiber, that is a good hit of fiber. Generally, for me anyway, I'm looking to get around 30 grams of fiber a day. That's generally for most people around the amount of fiber you want to be getting. If you're eating high protein, you also want to eat higher fiber as well. So it is really good that they've packed this with a good amount of fiber alongside the protein. The protein being 20 grams, that is the same as most protein shakes, and it is definitely not a small amount of protein, so it's definitely going to help you hit your protein goals for the day outside of your usual food that you're eating. 29 grams of carbs overall, you know, it's not a huge amount of carbs. I mean, it's not low carb, but it's definitely not ridiculously high amounts, especially considering the low amounts of sugars. And 10 grams of fat is, I would say, a moderate amount of fat. That is quite a lot of fat for a small cookie, but again, it depends what you're eating throughout the day. If you have a generally low fat diet, then this shouldn't be a problem for you. It's not going to completely ruin your fats for the day. However, if you're already struggling to keep within your fat limits for the day, this may not help you with that at 10 grams of fat. Okay, so moving on from the macros, the flavor of these. I've been holding it upside down the whole time, I just realized. These taste delicious. They are exactly what they say on the pack, double chocolate, meaning it's a chocolate cookie, and it does have chocolate chips as well inside that cookie. And then even further inside that cookie, you've got a soft caramel core. The cookie is actually, in terms of texture, it is already very soft. Compared to their previous, like their original protein cookies, which I've tried, those original cookies are a little bit harder. They're not hard, but they're a little bit more chewy, I would say. These are less chewy and just more soft. And I am a big fan of these actually. They're a bit more realistic to what you would expect from a regular soft baked cookie. And when you delve into the inside, the caramel core, it sometimes, I will be honest, sometimes it does take a few bites to get into that caramel core. It's not like the whole thing is just like ready to explode with caramel. But once you do get well into the center of the cookie, there is a good amount of caramel. I'll crack it open in just a bit. The caramel, it tastes like, the best thing I can compare it to is the Mars bar caramel, the caramel you get inside a Mars bar. I would say it's fairly similar to Mars bar caramel in terms of consistency and taste. Okay, I think it's time that we open this up and show you what it looks like. So this is what you're dealing with. Give you a little close-up action here. Nice, round, thick cookie. You can see it's no joke. It's not messing around. It is a thick cookie. I am going to break it in half for you so that you can see what the caramel is like on the inside. Are you ready? I'm going to try and do this as best I can. Oh, there you go. There you go. So that's what you're looking at here in terms of the caramel. So you can see I got kind of fairly even halves, and there is caramel on both sides. So there is a reasonably, I would say there's a generous amount of caramel inside here, but it's all just thickly stuffed into the middle. So it's not like a thin layer. There is a good amount of caramel. You won't be disappointed with the caramel that's in here. However, one thing I will say is that if you want to take this cookie eating experience to the next level, you need to put these in the microwave. Not for long, 5, maybe 10 seconds, depending on how strong your microwave is. One thing I will say is make sure you take it out of the packet before you put it in the microwave. Don't make that mistake like I did. Otherwise you'll get sparks flying everywhere and loud banging noises and people wondering what the hell you're doing with their microwave. Happened to me at work. But yeah, put it in the microwave, cookie alone, for 5 to 10 seconds until it's just going to make it super soft. It's already soft, but you can see it's kind of soft, but it holds its shape. Once you put it in the microwave, it's just going to be like a hot melting brownie, and then you get into the caramel on the inside. And whereas now, as you can see, it is kind of sticky and thick, once you microwave it, it just melts and oozes out. It flows. You want your caramel to flow. Sorry, I'm getting very excited about this. Your caramel will just flow out of the cookie, and it takes the experience to the next level. Definitely would recommend microwaving these cookies for a bit. But if you don't have a microwave available, they are delicious just as they are already. They are actually kind of filling. I mean, for a cookie, as you would expect, at 269 calories, it is a little bit of a heavy treat, I would say. So you might even, if you're a light eater, or if you're, like I said, on a stricter diet, you might even chop this bad boy in half and then have half of it now, put the other half in the packet, save that for another time. I can see people doing that as well. But yeah, in terms of taste, I can't fault it really. It's definitely an improvement on their previous protein cookies if you've tried those previous cookies. It's not quite up to standard with a regular sugar-packed cookie, and of course you expect that because it doesn't really have any sugar in it. But it is definitely a luxurious protein snack experience is what I would call it. Okay, that being said, I have one more thing I would like to talk about, and that is the price. I got these on sale out here in Malaysia. If I recall, I got them for about 90 ringgit, which is in British pounds is about just under 20 pounds. You're looking at maybe 18 pounds for the whole box. So that's just over £1 per cookie. There are 12 cookies in the box. So just over £1 per cookie. For the amount of protein you're getting, 20 grams, is it a good purchase? Not necessarily if you're only worried about money to protein ratio. There's a lot cheaper ways to get 20 grams of protein through food or even through protein shakes. A single scoop of a protein shake is a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper than this. However, that's not really the reason most people are getting it. You're getting it for the protein, of course, but it's also just a good snack and a healthy way to avoid binge eating on junk food. So if that's the case, then just over £1 for this cookie is not so bad when compared to a decadent cookie that you might get from a regular bakery. Might cost you just as much, but do much less for your health. However, the regular price, I can't remember off the top of my head. I will put it in the description below. I'm sure it's a lot more than I paid for it since these were on discount. Up to you whether you want to get these. Like I said, there's cheaper ways to get your protein, but if you're looking for a healthy snack alternative, this is definitely a good option for you. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. I always really appreciate when you guys do that. And before you go, leave me a comment down below if you've tried this protein cookie and let me know which flavor is best. What flavor do I need to pick up next? I want to know because I've only ever tried this one, but I'm sure there's other delicious flavors of this cookie out there for me to try. If you haven't yet done so, subscribe to the channel for more fitness videos straight from me to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.